بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So there's a narration in Sahih Bukhari that the Prophet sallallahu عليه وسلم, they were in Marru al-Dhahran, and Marru al-Dhahran is a place outside of Makkah Mukarramah. So they were passing by either in Hajj or conquest of Makkah or Hunayn. One of those times they were passing by Marru al-Dhahran, and the Sahaba radiyallahu ta'ala anhum, they were gathering some vegetables. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told them that this vegetable, get the darker one, the black one. So the Sahaba radiyallahu ta'ala asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like, do you used to look after sheep? Like, how else would you know this? You understand this? Like, for example, somebody says to you, oh, my car is making a lot of noise. Like, oh, check the spark plugs. I don't know what that is, but you get what I'm saying. You say, oh, were you a mechanic? How do you know about these cars? Like, no, you would know certain things. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said to them that, so they said to him, do you used to look after sheep? He said, yes. Because every single Nabi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sent in the world, they look after sheep. Now, the ulama have mentioned, before you could finish the point, that one of the reasons Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes the Anbiya look after sheep is tarbiyah. It trains them. One is, like, if you got like a big animal, you got a cow, you got a camel, you could just batter it. Nothing's going to happen. You shouldn't batter it, but if you do it, it's not going to die or anything. But sheep are small, relatively small, and they're quite weak. If you're so rough with it, it's going to what? Get injured. Similarly, sheep are not the most clever of all of them. So now, it takes a lot of sabr. You have to look after these sheep. They don't know what to do. You have to make sure you have to look after them, make sure they get fed, make sure they don't divert from the flock so they don't get eaten by the wolf. So it's a lot more, it's a lot of training. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the Anbiya look after sheep, so it creates that softness, tenderness, that sabr, that patience inside of them. So from this we learn that if you are an alim, a hafiz, a scholar, a teacher, these are the qualities you must have. Think of this as your Prophet says in another hadith as well, kullukum ra'in, like a shepherd. And a shepherd, what does a shepherd do? He looks after each sheep. He doesn't say, not listening, what's my fault? If it gets eaten by the wolf, that's my sheep. If the wolf comes and eats that sheep, I've made a loss. So the Prophet ﷺ, he doesn't give a tashbih. Like, tashbih, a similitude that we have a shepherd. He looks after the sheep. Even the sheep are stubborn, they don't listen. He has to somehow make sure that he saves this sheep from the wolf. It eats. So that's why the Prophet said that each one of you, a father, a mother, elder brother, teacher, the amir, the imam, all of you are like shepherds, and each of you have a flock. You have to look after that flock and make sure that it, in all ways, and not just and the similarity and the similitude with the shepherds for this reason. So that's one thing we learn from this. And the point that he's mentioning here is, he's saying that, look, from this, the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't sit in his tent and say, oh, I'm sitting in my tent, you guys go and do everything. He's hands-on. He's there as well. So the point he's trying to say, he says in Urdu, Hazrat or Buzrug bankar nahi rehna chahiye. Don't be trying to be a Hazrat. Hazrat means like I'm a big Pir Sahib, big Buzrug. Be like a normal person. If you be like a normal person, number one is, you won't have pride and arrogance. You're a normal one. And number two is, if you interact with people, you mix with people, then what will happen? You will learn something from your worldly experience. They will benefit from you when the time comes. So that interaction with people, don't think, oh, I'm a hafiz now, so oh, mashallah, I'm doing tarawih, no mistakes. So now I'm above everybody else. Yes? Like I have to have a special seat when the last day we have a dawat. No? Like, no, I'm one of you, a simple person. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you look throughout his life, it was very simple, down to earth. And this is what makes a person outstanding. And I mentioned this many times before. Mufti Taqi Sahib hafidhahullah, he says that his Shaykh, Dr. Abdullah Arif rahmatullah alayhi, he used to say that there's a mansib, a position. Every word position in it, naturally you want to have izzah, honor. So there's one position that nobody will ever fight you for. If you want to become Prime Minister, long process, become an MP, leader of the party. If you want to become the head teacher, Imam of the masjid, you want to become the head of the committee, you have to do all of these different things. But there's one position, and even when you get those positions, have you ever seen the Prime Minister's tweets, when you tweet something, the comments, they all get bashed. Biden writes something, he gets bashed. So you're the head of supposed to be the biggest country in the world, but 60 most people don't like you. From the comments that I'm reading from most people don't like you. So you got a position, you had to do so much, you had to sell your soul. You take bribes, lobbying, bribes, same thing, different words. You take bribes, you sacrifice your values, your morals, people don't like you, forget a position. But it's a position, you can get it, it's easy. Everybody will love you, and no competition. What's this? He's thinking, Abu Haru. Huh, it's mine. This is, be a khadim. Be a servant. No? If you serve people, you be humble to them and you serve people, then automatically you're like, this person is so nice. Yes, if you say, oh, food is being served. So I sit down, come, bring the food, bring the food, keep on ordering. Then it's like, this guy's a bit of a snob. Snob, what word is it? And another person is what? Another person, put the sakhan down. What's he doing? He comes, he brings the pizza, he brings the chips, he gets the food, he gets all this down, he's helping, do you want anything else? Afterwards, he's helping clean up. Automatically, who gets the position? That person thinks, oh, I'm the big hustler because I've sat down first and I'm on the table, I'm on the sakhan, and everybody thinks I'm the biggest person, I'm the Don. Don or Don? My makhraj is not good in English. Why is it? Don or Don? Two different variations. Yes? He thinks I'm the Don or the Don. Yes? And the other person, he thinks, oh, look at him, he's running around like a but in everybody's heart, who is more respected? The one who's doing the khidmah. And nobody's going to say, no, you can't do khidmah. How do you do khidmah? I want to do khidmah. You never had that fight, do they? You never have a fight, it's like, come on, Mike, you sit down now, I'll do it. It's a friendly fight. So nobody fights with you. You have the izzah and you have the honor. So when you be like this, automatically you get a heart, you win people's hearts over. The Prophet said so many different things. When the Prophet ﷺ moved to Medina Munawwara, the first thing, they were all doing what? They were all lifting the bricks. They're building the masjid. So they have bricks and you have to put in the bricks and then the date palms, and we're building a small little masjid Nabawi. Humble beginnings. So everybody's lifting, and who's there as well? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's also lifting. And there's some poems the Sahaba was saying, I can't remember the exact poems now, but something like لو قعدنا والنبي يعمل ذلك منا لعمل مضلل. If we sit down and Nabi is doing amal, لو قعدنا والنبي يعمل. If we sit and relax and Nabi is doing amal, he's lifting the bricks and he's putting it on, ذلك منا لعمل مضلل. That's like a really bad thing. Like they're singing nasheeds, builders like have the music on. So not music, they're singing nasheeds to help them work get easy. And they're saying that Nabi is doing the work, and how can we not do the work? So again, building the masjid, Prophet's hands on, he's doing this. Another time, the Khandaq, they said, we are hungry, Ya Rasulullah. How hungry? That they were, we don't even understand how this works, but when you're hungry, really, really hungry, and you tie stones to your stomach, I don't know what it does, but it does something and it helps to a certain extent. So how much the Prophet had? 2. They got 1 stone, the Prophet got 2, meaning he's above them. The Prophet, there's once Mu'adh bin Jabal radiallahu anhu, another companion, or he's a narrator of the hadith. There was one Sahabi, one young person. Sounds like a dad right now, like a dad story. He was peeling another sheep. He slaughtered a sheep. It's in Abu Dawud's narration. He was slaughtering a sheep, and you have to skin the sheep. You know how to skin the sheep? You have to cut off the skin, and then you have to peel it off slowly. So he was doing it, but he wasn't doing it properly. Prophet said, Ja, umbat lautane. Tanaha, urik. He said, Tanaha, urik. Go away, let me show you. Literally, let me show you, don't know what you're doing. And then the Prophet got his hands up and he started doing it himself. Yeah, so that's how he wasn't. So he's the Sayyidul Qawnayn, the leader of all the words. But how is he? So the simple person lifting the bricks, picking the vegetables, peeling the skin. There's one narration, it's in Hayatu Sahaba, that Aisha radiallahu ta'ala said that me and the Prophet were both cutting there was some meat or something, and one of us was holding the meat and one of us was cutting the, you have when you got meat, it's a bit slippery, isn't it? So one of us was holding the meat and one was cutting it. He's not, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, one of the children in Medina, they come, and no time, there's no nappies, there's no nappies, they're just babies, you just take them, maybe, even if they got something wrapped on the bottom, you don't know. So one baby came, and what happened? Psht, he beat on the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Now, Al-Fadl, Abbas radiallahu, his uncle, his wife, she was like, oh, Prophet of Allah, the baby beat her. He said, come, he said, no, don't worry, relax, chill out, no problem. Again, down to earth, not like, how dare you bring a baby, you should have made sure he weed before he came to me, and now he weed on me, and I'm the Prophet of Allah, and he gets angry. It's so simple, no problem. And the Prophet sorted it out, and he washed himself and everything, no problem. Another time the Prophet is coming back from a da'wat. He's coming from a da'wat. On this side is some children playing in the small little gullyways, small gullyways, and he sees Hassan and Hussein. Yeah, one of the 2 of them. So one of them is coming, and then, the grandfather, there's a grandfather, and a little child. And then he realized, oh my God, the little child knows it, he's going to mess around with me. So he starts running away. Okay, Dada's coming, Nana's coming. So the Prophet starts running, I'm going to get you. And he starts running here and there, and he grabs him, and then he pulls him, and he kisses him, and he puts him back down. Again, very simple, normal, grandchildren, children. If everybody, Prophet ﷺ is simple. So this is what we learn from many stories, one story mentioned here. The Prophet ﷺ lived a life of extreme simplicity. That's what he says. When the time comes, إِذَا بُغِي, there's another narration, I think, from Umar radiallahu anhu. He says that you should be like a child in the house. A child, meaning it's just like a fun environment. Don't like Umar, nobody wants to know Amir al-Mu'mineen in the house. Amir al-Mu'min that you need on the minbar to give him a lecture. Anything goes wrong, looking after the army, the finances, the government, the roads, all of these things. What happened? Where's the money? Where's the money gone? We don't want that in the house. He says, at home you should be like a little child. Children, I heard this story, but I couldn't find a reference, right? I don't know. But if it is not the story, but that's how they used to behave anyways. That one person came in the house, and Umar radiallahu, like 2 or 3 children, like jumping, or grandchildren jumping all over him. And he was shocked. Now this is Amir al-Mu'minin. This is Umar radiallahu. At home, nobody wants Amir al-Mu'minin at home. They want a simple person that, the children can play with, the grandchildren can play with, they mess around. Yes, that's what you want. And if you have that down to earth, that simplicity, when you have that arrogance or that know it all or I am better than thou, and it makes, no. How was the Prophet? I know, but like simple, very simple. And that's why he was loved by everybody. So if you adopt these qualities, then you also become, to some extent, beloved. And we don't even beloved, we do it because of the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Do you understand? So for some reason, be simple, down to earth. Don't think of yourself as being anybody. I'm normal. رَجُلٌ مِّنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. There's, in the Quran it says here, وَمَنْ أَحْسَنُ قَوْلًا مِّمَّنْ دَعَا إِلَى اللَّهِ, and it says, وَقَالَ إِنِّي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. There's two tafsirs. One is, إِنِّي مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ, firm. That I am a Muslim. I am firm on this. And the other tafsir is, I'm just one simple Muslim. I'm a Muslim. There are many other Muslims, I am a simple Muslim. I'm one of many. A simple normal person. So yes, when it comes to your salah, you perform your salah. There's a need. When it's time to be serious, you be serious. But when it's time to lay down, relax. So your seriousness and your shouldn't be such that it's arrogant. It's okay. Time for salah now. So that's it. Then it's not time to play. You leave, you go out. Then it's like normal. Simple, approachable, easy going. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to inculcate this quality and all of the qualities of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam into our lives. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayka.